Greetings, people of YouTube. I'm John, and I'm back again with another product spotlight. Today we have a tank car from Atlas, so let's go over to the workbench and take a look. Alright, so you're in for a treat today. This is what we're looking at. This is an ACF 33,000 gallon tank car made by Atlas. This is in their Master Series. It's HO scale, in case I didn't mention that. And I looked on their website and found it undecorated for $34.95. And the decorated versions, I think I counted 6 or 7 road names. Those go for $42.95. And it's probably best if you go to their website and see if they're offering what you need. I don't usually mention the packaging for cars like this, but I'm going to make an exception in this case because it was packed with a lot of care, including foam spacers for the ends and the top around the hatch. That'll protect the railings and such. So they did a very good job protecting the car from damage in their packaging. I've scrutinized the paint on the car and found it to be excellently done. Of particular interest is the printing on these tapered parts of the car, here and here. This is all very clearly printed on here. So they had to print onto a curved or angled surface, which is pretty impressive. And what's really impressive about it is over here, all the information in this block is all legible with magnification. So they did a really nice job with the painting and printing on this car. I also think it's worth mentioning that these are accurate 100-ton roller bearing trucks. We're taking a closer look at the brake end here, and it's kind of hard to see because the brake wheel is actually on the other side of this railing, but that is a separately applied piece. As is all the railing detail on the car, looks like separately applied parts. And it makes sense because you wouldn't mold a piece of plastic like that onto a car like this because it would just end up looking like a bunch of blobs. So that's nicely done. And I wanted to show you the other side of the car just to point out that the hazardous material placard holder is a separately applied part. And the detail down here, which I'm assuming is brake detail, is also separately applied stuff. And it is visible from the viewing angles, obviously, so they had to include that. Looks really good. The A end detail is similar to that of the B end, and it's also separately applied stuff. Looks really good. I want to show you the hatch detail on this car. That's especially good. And you can see that the handrails are actually made out of plastic, but like I said, they packaged it with that foam to protect everything. And even though the walkway appears to be a plastic, separately applied piece, it looks almost like etched metal, and it looks really good. So as I was mentioning, this brake detail on the bottom of the car is separately applied, and then the lines that lead up to it are molded onto the body of the car itself. You know, every time I get a new tank car to do a product spotlight on, it further cements my position as a tank car foamer. And I gotta say, this one is no exception. One of the things I'm really impressed by, and I had to mention it in the spotlight because it was such an impressive thing, was how well the model was packaged. And that thick foam that they used to protect that top railing, I think was really a good idea. The car came out of the box pristine. And something else that really struck me about this particular model was the printing on that tapered part of the tank. To me, it just seems like that would be harder to do, not knowing how it's done, though. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that. If you know how pad printing is done, and you know something about whether it would be harder to print on an angle like that, and consider also that it's a curved angle, right? Because you have the curvature of the outside diameter of the car, as well as the tapering. I don't know, it just seems really impressive to me. I might just be easy to impress. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next time.